Hi guys, and welcome back to our channel. We haven't uploaded any videos of late due to work commitments. It's just been absolute hectic. Anyway, this is our Bicton run through. It was our first time at Bicton and I was really excited to be there. As you can see, we're warming up through the dressage arena. This was the only disappointing part of my experience with Bicton was the dressage arenas were just so tightly packed together, and you couldn't really expect our horses to go too well with all the commotion. So I know we were all in the same boat. Most of my section were in the late 30s and we did finish on a 39. I haven't got my sheet, but I do have my marks. So as I was coming down towards the centre line, I thought that horse was going to collide with us, so I was a bit worried. We got 6th there. He felt quite flowing in this and quite rhythmical, maybe not very much bend. We got 6.5 on that movement. And I think we got 6.5 for this one, and I could have done with a couple more strides of walk. So overall, at the moment, I was feeling okay. Now we go into our first canter, which is his worst rein, so left lead. I felt him stiffen up. You could see his tail and his back end is not coming through. He's a bit sort of choppy behind. There is nothing wrong with him. I have him checked quite regularly. He's just argumentative, and we do just find that this is his worst rein. So each horse is obviously different. So that was our 5 and our 4 in our canter there, and they were at obviously worse marks. And then we creep back up and do 6s and 6.5s and 7s throughout the rest of the test. He was pretty good. I wished he was marching on a bit more there. And I remember at the time that there was horses coming and going on the left side of this picture quite a lot, and it was distracting me, so it must have slightly distracted him. So yeah, I'm sort of overall pleased. We were a highly marked section, so I wasn't surprised when we got a 39. So this loop is a little bit better this time. And I think for this canter, we got, oh no, sorry, for this part, we definitely got our 7s. And the next canter strike off, we got a 7. Although it looked a bit, a bit hectic. Yeah, so he is straighter. He does swing his quarters inwards, like there, but he is becoming straighter and stronger in his ability and his self-carriage. So throughout the rest of the test, we have 6.5s. I did try and keep to my markers, so I was trying to make sure my accuracy was spot on, really. So the final comment from the judge was, needs to consolidate frame and activity, fragile connection over back and into bridle, compromising his balance. Yeah, so as I said, left us on a 39. Onto the show jumping. Had lovely Lucy from Eventing Journey warm us up. She got us doing really small 10-metre circles, tried to push the canter and get that hind leg underneath us. So I tried to take that into the ring initially. We do have a few poles down, but he's been chipping in quite a lot of the time, and I think that was because I've been practicing using a ring and getting used to going in a ring rather than just have my lessons, and I think I've undone a bit of our training with our coach, so that is definitely my fault. As you can see, when he really tries, he does really try, and sometimes he just gets really super flat and unbalanced. And although I would say that's me, because I'm not getting him to the fence right every single time, and that's what I need to learn. And I need to not be scared of the canter. I'm so used to him tanking off with me after a jump and not having any control, and now I feel like I've got a slightly different Murphy, where he's being quite polite and waiting for mum to tell him what to do, and I'm just sat there not knowing what to do. So yeah, I really am working hard, and there is definitely improvements already from this round. So I think that was 16 faults, so not very good. On to the fun bit. I did buy the Equeril for a couple of reasons. Because there was a couple of jumps that, as I was going around, which you will see, I just wooed him too much because they were parts of combinations, and I thought that I needed to take the speed down. But now looking back, I need for him to be more in my hand, leg to hand, and still sort of covering the ground and having that power there. So yeah, so we'll see how we go on the Equeril. Some are fantastic and some not so good, and also you'll get to see what my blip actually was. So off we go. Looking back at this now, I wished I had more of a forward-thinking canter. Murphy is quite lazy off the leg, so I've got to be stronger with my leg. He's quite sparky and sensitive, but he's still quite lazy at the same time. But he flew some of these fences like no problem at all. Actually, he felt so good. I thought it was, I hate to say it, parts of it seemed really easy for him. I definitely collapsed after landing, and so I need to get stronger with my core. So we're just coming up to fence 5 now, and my favourite part of this is fence 6 A and B, because it was quite a tricky line and we just went directly and he just clocks it. He's just such a super boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, beautiful, absolute super. He did shy at something at this fence, so it literally just took his eye off the fence, which scared me a little bit probably, and then I thought I needed to contain him here because it was quite undulating ground. It was downhill and it seemed more so than what he sees in here, and he literally comes to a stop. And I'm like, no, you still got to go, and he dear of him, he did. And it was because of this shoulder brush. It looks quite far away, but actually I took another sort of cut the corner stride and he was fine. He was a good boy. Then we go onto the rail ditch, narrow, skinny, and he was such a good boy. But by this point, I'm thinking that we've got a whopping great big fence at the top of the hill in a moment, and I cannot be half-hearted with my canter, that I have to kick myself up the backside, sort of get going. I'm so used to him tanking, and now he's just asking me questions, and what to do. So it's nice. He hesitates here because the water, so I overrode. Maybe I should have just sat there a little bit quieter, but I was determined to get into the water, and I thought that's my next mistake, is don't go so easy. So over the cart, and then this one, shame that crew rule, don't see it, but that was huge. Then I come off half-heartedly thinking I need to steady up here, and he just grinds to a halt. He literally didn't have enough canter to get over that fence. So it was like, it's not his fault, that was totally my fault, and I recognised that straight away. So I patted him, turned him around, and I was like, come on, mummy's riding now, and popped it nicely. And I just wished I could have just rode it properly in the first place. I think I thought I was nearly home and dry after I got over that big fence as we were going home, and I let him down really. So coming over here, you'll see another angle to this fence, and dear of him, this is right in front of the water. So that's why he judded into the fence. But he was fine. He went into the water fine. Still collapsing on landing, so I really need to work on my core strength. And we finished. So yeah, but really good boy. I definitely let him down in both phases, show jumping and cross country, and we both have been working really hard at it. So you'll just get to see this angled of this fence again by Paul, because I don't think he realised I'd had 20 penalties from fence 16, so he probably was a little bit disappointed in me. But overall, I'm still pleased with him. We were trying to learn from our mistakes, and he's still such a keen boy, such a good boy. He does look after me. So yeah, we did end up on a fairly hefty score, which is a shame. But never mind, we move on and we go to the next one. So thanks for watching, guys. Will post a couple of pictures at the end of how beautiful he looks flying over the fences.